Greetings, surface dwellers of the internet. I am the Cybermole, and this is the launch episode of my farming vlog. Now, this farming vlog is more of a video journal or video diary. I am looking to record the progress that I and my family make in restoring an orchard into a multi-generational family estate. Now, we are a bit old school around here, so you should think more along the lines of a Byzantine Empire merchant family using their headquarters as part of their financial enterprises, as opposed to a modern CEO using real estate as tax avoidance shenanigans. I did say we were old school. Restoration of any property means learning skills and histories and sciences. And I am of the opinion that you cannot say that you have learned something unless you're capable of teaching it. So here, as part of this farming vlog, I will be issuing or offering certain video essays on, again, sciences. Sciences such as botany, microbiology, ecology, chemistry, biochemistry, climatology, microclimatology, hydrology, geology, pyrology, fire dynamics, and I'm sure many others. And histories. I'm a fan of history. I did mention the Byzantines previously, so history. A lot of farming techniques comes in from all the way back to the Bronze Age with things such as the hortus conclusus, or walled garden. There were developments such as at French monasteries, we have this phenomenon called espalier. And more recent modern history, we have World War II victory gardens. I fully expect to touch on these and more. I mean, we did have the Industrial Revolution. That did some phenomenal stuff for farming. And then, of course, there are skills. Just straight up home life and farming skills. Farming skills such as composting. That's something that a lot of folks do not really truly understand. And then the home skills. You've got canning, brewing, dehydrating, fermenting, woodworking, carpentry, blacksmithing, masonry of all types. The list is nearly endless. Then, of course, American farmers are businessmen. I need to learn business skills. I'm talking things like networking, advertising, budgeting, driving a clutch, using a front loader, basic mechanics, orbital mechanics, conducting business negotiations, understanding new tax types, understanding new tax laws. The American farmer is surprisingly skilled for having such simple lives, don't you think? And then there's the joy that this vlog allows me to relearn skills that I picked up back in college. Video editing, audio editing, videography, and cinematography. This brings me to a sort of final general purpose for this channel as a whole, to work on my public speaking and enunciation. I have a tendency to mumble, a bit of a stammer, I lisp, and I'm looking to deal with these issues. I am using video game playthroughs with the expected snark and sass and commentary as part of my general strategy in dealing with public speaking. Video game playthroughs are also filler content, I will freely admit that, due to my work-life balance. I work in my local history museum network on a part-time basis. This limits my number of days a week that I have to do farm work. My farm work days are limited by the weather. When the weather is too wet, I get mud. And mud has been the #1 killer in war throughout history. I do not want to deal with the annoyance of mud, especially what it can do to a tractor, again. Also, when the weather is too hot and dry, well, take it away.
Devastation comes to California.
This is Elliott Arts Magnet Academy.
Welcome to NBC News Daily this Monday. We're going to start with those deadly California wildfires as crews prepare for more.
A supposed cause for the Eaton fire in the Los Angeles area, possibly even the Palisades fire, was irresponsible corporations. I am a responsible farmer, and I know full well what a hot engine over dry grass or a stray tool spark can lead into. I refuse to be the cause of similar destruction. Enough about the channel, time for the orchard itself. That is the whole point behind the farming vlog. In the Bible, the book of Proverbs, verses 30 and 31, seem to do an excellent job describing the state of our particular piece of land. I went by the field of the slothful, and by the vineyard of the man void of understanding. And lo, it was all grown over with thorns and nettles, and covered the face thereof, and the stone wall thereof was broken down. We have never had a stone wall or fencing of any kind, and we have something much more annoying and harder to deal with than mere thorns and nettles. Manzanita. I will protect you, for now, from my ever-growing hatred of this plant. Expect something to come through at some point, though. You have been warned. Here in the orchard, before beginning recordings of any kind for this vlog, I've been working on two major projects. The first is a market acre. Typically on farms, one will find a market garden. This is a quick little means of constantly gaining incoming cash flow by the constant selling of fresh produce. More on this when I get to a video about basic farm economics. The other major project is a ring road. This is a road that rings the exterior, the border of a property, as another way of denotating the property line, along with general access and as a fire break, as a fire defense. I told you, responsible. Now, the process for cutting a road requires land clearing, especially with this manzanita. I presume, my audience, that you have heard of the term slash and burn. This is a method of clearing land where slash is simply indiscriminate cutting, or with heavier implements, bulldozing, of plants. And the burn is burning the slash. We all have mixed opinions concerning slash and burn. I'll let the hippies rant and rave about what's happening down in the Amazon. California, again, burning and fire issues, offers permits for controlled burns on a seasonal basis. That seasonal basis being winter. In non-winter, I have an alternative. Slash and chip. The chipper we have also comes with limitations, namely, it is a somewhat small but delightfully useful thing, and I need to chop my slash down into a smaller size for my chipper to handle. So my spring, summer, and fall have been slash, chop, chip. Slash, chop, chip. Slash, chop out some firewood, chip. Slash, chop, chip. Slash, chop, change what podcast I'm listening to, chip. Slash, chop, chip. Slash, scold the camera for falling over, chop, chip. Slash, chop, chip. Slash, chop, practice my caber tossing, chip. Slash, chop, chip. Slash, chop, find out a nut on the ground and realize it might have fallen off of the tractor, chip. Slash, chop, chip. I'm going to be doing this for a few years. Expect this to be the bulk of the footage I use. Maybe more caber tossing. I know you have been curious about what I am wearing in this video. This is a full body protection farm wear, and it is fairly solid for year-round work. There are a few weaknesses in this armor. Wood chips do still fall down my shirt, and the mask does fog up in winter. But even with these weaknesses, I also get the added benefit of privacy. Farms are private residences, and I am a little bit of an introvert. Also, my beard is so masculine it damages digital cameras of all kind. You're just going to have to believe me on that. Now to risk establishing a format where I do a bulk of my video as something educational or informative, followed by simply slapping on at the end a monthly progress report. Here's a monthly progress report for what I have accomplished in January of 2025. I have finished digging out the axle breaker. More on this when I talk about erosion. I have continued clearing out the market acre. Again, more on this when I talk about basic farm business models. And I have started this YouTube channel. And I expect I will be achieving much, much more. To follow along, please subscribe, like my videos, and activate notifications or check back regularly. We have only just started this adventure.